One thing that continues to fascinate me in this series is how well and how quickly Jeffrey has adapted to the Voyager lifestyle. Then again, look what he came from. Within the first hour that they knew each other, Bog paid more attention to him than his aunt and uncle had since his parents died. Out of nowhere, literally, he had someone who genuinely cared about him and that he could look up to. Getting to meet every famous person in human history is just a bonus.
They're coming! Scatter! Scatter! In the streets! Come on, boy, let's go!
Sure is quiet.
Yeah, they just evacuated the streets. Leave it to you two. The Omni says New Orleans, 1815. Of course, it's red.
So are their uniforms.
Whose uniforms?
Stop it! Let go! Shut up, Yanko. We'll hang you ourselves. Go back to England. This is our country. Leave him alone. After them. Get those kids.
This is all wrong, Bog. The Redcoats aren't supposed to be...
Shooting at us? You're telling me, kid. Come on, run!
They're not supposed to be in the city. The famous Battle of New Orleans kept them out.
Hey, wait! We're on your side.
What's going on? What is that all about?
Haven't you heard that the Redcoats have declared martial law?
You mean the British are in control of the city?
Well, they have ever since the Battle of New Orleans.
Come on, Sam. Run!
Or not. Not only did Jackson lose the battle, he disappeared. Nobody has any idea where he is. Jeffrey wants to know how the British broke the American lines.
What about Jean LaFitte?
Jean LaFitte? The only LaFitte I know is Pierre LaFitte.
Well, maybe they're related. Where can we find them?
He's got the bakery shop across the street over there.
Pierre was Jean's brother, and most of the time they were pirates together. As far as I know, he never baked a thing in his life.
Treat us like slaves in our own country.
Did you ever hear tell of another Lafitte? Jean Lafitte?
It was my brother.
Was?
He's been dead a long time.
The Spanish caught him, charged him with piracy, and hanged him. Pierre says it wasn't true, and as we'll see, at the time, it wasn't.
When did it happen?
Summer of 1798. It was one of my first trips to New Orleans. He sent me a letter saying that he had found lodgings over a tavern in Nassau. Two maids from Bristol, it was called.
Here come the British, so they're off to Nassau 7 years earlier.
This doesn't look like the Bahamas to me.
Oh, must have stuck on automatic again.
After a detour, compliments of the Omni. Seeing people drop out of the sky is enough to discourage those first Americans from hanging around. Our boys will take a few moments to put Lewis and Clark onto the right trail toward the Pacific and then resume their journey. Pirates burying a treasure chest. If one of them says yo ho ho, I may throw something.
Bob! Look!
Hello, matey.
Bog to the rescue.
Wait! Over here!
Come on, Bog, let's get out of here!
No way, kid. Voyagers don't run from a fight. On the other hand,
It's a good day for a nice, vigorous run.
oh, there it is. Two maids from Bristol. You wait out here. I'll see if I can get a line on Lafitte.
Wait! I want to go with you.
What if the guy with the black eye patch is inside?
I'm not scared of him.
Stay out of here, you scurvy bum.
On the other hand, it's probably not much of a place for kids anyway.
Bog will handle this one for now.
I haven't seen you around.
Yeah, I just got in the port.
That's one maid.
So it's Jean LaFitte you're looking for?
You know him?
Oh, indeed I do. He's right over there having a little chat with Lizzie.
That's the other maid. Maid number one doesn't want Bog to go talk to LaFitte just yet.
You know, I'll bet that you have a few stories of your own to tell.
You probably heard them all.
Why don't you let me be the judge of that?
Jeffrey is taking pity on an old blind beggar.
Help a poor blind man.
Here you go. Hey, let go!
Open your hand. Is that all you got, boy?
No, sir, but... Hey, wait a minute, you're not blind.
He knocks the old boy over, runs around a corner, and hides in a barrel until the guy gives up and leaves.
Come on.
All right, Scroggins, let's have it.
Spanish merchantman due in the harbor any day now. I hear tell she's as right a prize as my good eyes ever seen.
That's Treasure Chest Guy. He's setting up another attack. He says most of the crew is already on board.
Tell the others are down at the Two Maids from Bristol.
What are they doing down there? Why aren't they out helping the others?
Because they don't know they're part of the crew just yet.
In other words, he's going to Shanghai a few men. You can bet Bog will be one of them. The only good news is Jeffrey heard the whole thing.
You've seen Pierre, my brother's well, you're sure of it?
Yes, when I saw him, he was as fit as I am.
So can we talk about this later?
I haven't seen my brother in 2 years. I wasn't even sure if he was alive.
He said if I was ever in Nassau to be sure and look you up.
Are you sure you don't want anything to eat?
No, thanks, I'm fine.
What did he say? Did he have a message for me?
Yes. He said to tell you to come to New Orleans.
LaFitte isn't so sure. Bog says, let's go get on a ship right now and I can take you to him in New Orleans.
What's wrong with him?
That's back in...
Are you okay?
You're going on a ship, all right, but it's not to New Orleans. You're going with him.
There's no hope. There's absolutely no hope for any of us. If you can't trust two floozies who run a bar in a pirate town, whom can you trust? Since he heard that conversation, he doesn't even have to ask. He'll go straight to figuring out what to do about it.
What are we doing here?
We've been shanghaied. Ann and Lizzie are going to sell a lot of us to be crew on some ship.
Not just some ship. Black Bill Scroggins' ship.
Big guy with a black patch over one eye.
You're sure it would be Bill Scroggins' ship?
I saw them two ladies talking to him the night before they snatched me.
Perfect.
What's so perfect about it?
I overheard Scroggins planning to attack a Spanish merchant ship.
Pierre LaFitte said it was the Spanish that hanged John for piracy.
That's why we've got to get you and him out of here, and fast.
The way of getting him out of here is to carry him.
Why does he want to be on Scroggins' ship so bad?
He wants to get near Scroggins so he can get his treasure.
You mean the one we saw them burying?
If you can convince LaFitte that you know where that chest is, he might be persuaded to escape. Jeffrey says, I'm going to go have a talk with Ann and Lizzie about buried treasure.
Hey, hold on, boy. What do you want in here?
They sit down to humor the little fellow.
I know where a pirate's chest is hidden, and I'm willing to cut you in for a share.
Oh, you are you? Well, why me and Lizzie? I mean, you don't know us from old Eve herself.
You've got a mate of mine locked up downstairs in your cellar, and I want him back.
He describes the chest and he's got them. Thing is, if a kid Jeffrey's age told someone that today, they'd either laugh or smile and humor him. But in 1798, it wasn't unusual for a boy his age to be farmed out to a ship so he could learn the trade. Like it or not, most of the time. A boy like Jeffrey, who kept his eyes open and his mouth shut, could very well have such knowledge. And if he's willing to share it so easily, who are they to argue?
Get back.
How could you do this? How could you sell me to that awful Bill Scroggins?
It was easy.
Oh.
Hey, you're coming with us.
And, one more man to help with the shoveling.
I wonder who he'll pick.
This one.
Me? Dig? I'm sick. I can't go.
Dig up Scroggins' treasure, you idiot.
But on the other hand, maybe a little exercise would make me feel better.
We seem to have a lot of other hands this episode.
That's it. You found it.
See? I told you. Come on.
Hurry up! Get it out of there! Lift it out!
is very heavy.
That's because it's very full.
Well, it's good to know they didn't do all that work for an empty chest.
Look out, kid!
Look out! Oh, there's another one! Behind you!
Now, Annie, don't make me hurt you.
Don't worry about me, Scroggins. Look out for yourself.
4 different sword fights swirling around Jeffrey in that hole, and not once will he grab a bad guy's leg and trip him. For shame, Jeffrey, for shame. Even without Jeffrey's help, Scroggins and company are beaten and run away.
Lizzie, you are magnificent.
Back off!
But Lizzie, you'll need someone strong to help you carry it to town.
You'd be surprised how strong 2 ladies can be when they want to be.
But Lizzie...
What do you mean, but Lizzie? She drugged your food and sold you to the worst pirate in the Caribbean. She's not really your girlfriend.
The women of New Orleans, what are they like?
Ah, far more beautiful than the women in Nassau.
And more gentle?
Much more gentle.
He might have to give it a try. He's been meaning to track his brother down anyway. By the time he got there, his brother was in jail. He and his ships had pretty well established their own little colony on an uninhabited island not far from the city, and the local government looked the other way as long as their piracy only affected the other guys. But for various reasons, the Americans raided his island and he was arrested and convicted of piracy. Jean LaFitte agreed to help defend New Orleans against the British in exchange for pardons for him and several other men. In a rather unique turn of events in American history, everybody kept their word.
Wake up there, Kelly. You can sleep for a week when this is over. It won't be too much longer now.
We're back at New Orleans in 1815 so Jeffrey can meet Andrew Jackson, the behind the Trail of Tears. Speaking of breaking your word. And the Omni is red.
Where you 2 fellas been? We've been waiting for you.
You have?
Sure, for the flints and powder. Where's Captain LaFitte?
You mean he isn't with you?
Well, no. He took some of his men to bring back the flints and powder, which we desperately need. They've been gone all night. They should have been back before now.
Bog knew LaFitte would be the cause of the red light. Let's go find him.
The sun can't come out soon enough for me. Think we ought to try another trail?
No, we're already lost. We could walk right into the Yank lines.
Why'd they have to be lost right on our trail?
Bog, look.
LaFitte. I knew he'd be in some kind of trouble.
There's no way to get around those soldiers, so LaFitte and his men are pinned. May as well try a trick they already used on Lewis and Clark.
Hey! Hey, don't shoot! The Indians are after us.
Indians? I thought the colonials were up that way.
Yeah, maybe they are, but you gotta get past the Indians first.
Yeah, there must be 1,000 of them right behind us.
1,000 of them?
Thank God you got weapons. Do you have any extras?
I don't see anything.
Well, that's the way it is with these Indians around here. They're so clever. You never see them until it's, well, too late.
These guys are disoriented and lost, so it's not hard to convince them.
Down here, quick!
Go ahead. We're right behind you.
Take cover! Every man for himself.
And now for the finishing touch.
Indians?
That's enough for those guys. They take off running. They run through the briars, and they run through the brambles, and they run through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. LaFitte and his men have a clear path back to the American lines, just in time. Just in time to see the same cut-in movie footage that the time tunnel used. We'll skip the actual battle, partly because there's no good reason to include it, and partly because the time tunnel did it much better.
Mr. Bogg, raise him up here. For bravery, in service of your country, far beyond the call of duty.
Hip, 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 hooray!
Wow!
But those guys didn't get a medal.